Okay. So everyone, whoever has connected online, you should be able to see my screen and able to hear me. So my voice clear ga vinpadutunda? Everyone, am I audible clearly?
Yeah, sir.
Are you able
Yes,
to see the
yes,
screen?
yes.
Last లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి కనబడుతుందా screen? Okay. Okay. You came today only, right? Yesterday online? Okay. Today is your first session. Okay. See,
Yes, sir.
yes, it is 9 o'clock and we are going to start now. See, today is going to be a session where I give you the information, clear-cut information about what is BPM, what is Pega, complete details. Okay. So I'll open a PPT and tell you. Okay. So yesterday's session is an informative session. If any one of you have missed yesterday's session, there is no problem. Okay. You can watch the recorded video after some time. Even if you do not watch immediately also, there is no issue. But today's session is most important session. Every aspect that we are going to discuss in today's session will be will be touched again in our regular sessions. So like throughout the 4 months of training program, whatever the points we are going to discuss here, we'll see that in real. We see that in real implementation and all. Okay. I will give you the information and idea about Pega BPM more in a functional approach than technical. Technical means I am not going to use any technical terminology too much. I will use only the real life functional terminology and real life terminology and business terminology. Okay. Technical terminology, I am going to be away from that for today because as a beginner, you cannot understand the straightforward, you cannot understand the technical terminology. That's why. Okay. So in our day-to-day life, I'll take some examples and try to explain you. Okay. In a much better way. Let's look at this now. So what is there in this PPT? Are you good? Every one of you, are you good to start? Comfortable? Everyone?
Yeah, sir.
Yes,
Comfortable,
yes.
right? Okay. Yeah. So let's start now. Okay. So whenever I am going to finish 1 or 2 slides, I will get back to you and check with you whether you are able to understand or not. And for your doubts or questions, the doubts or questions should be only related to the session that is running. And it should not be a deviation question at all. In between, you should not come and ask me what is the difference between Salesforce and Pega. I don't know about Salesforce. I cannot tell you. Okay. So don't ask any deviation questions. Anything that I have finished, you have some doubt, you did not understand properly, somewhere it is missing, you can ask me, no problem. Okay, let's start now. See, yesterday also I have told you what is Pega. Pega Systems is a company which has developed a software product called as Pega tool. For now, Pega tool, exact name I will tell you. For now, Pega tool. Using this tool, what are you going to do? You are going to develop the applications. You are going to develop the applications. Exactly, specifically what type of application, I did not tell that. I just told you an example like Amazon application, Flipkart, IRCTC application. You can develop, actually you can develop those type of applications using Pega. Okay. So your phone pay, Google Pay, like this, you can develop applications using Pega. Very well, you can develop. Okay. So Pega software is developed by a company called Pega Systems. Using this software tool, you can develop your applications for your business purpose. For the business purpose, you can develop your applications. That's what you can generally do. But what is the biggest advantage of this tool is there is no need to write any scripting or any programming coding or database queries. Everything will be internally generated and you just need to go with drag and drop. That means people from any technical background, any education background, they should be able to learn Pega without having any programming knowledge, scripting knowledge or queries knowledge. I will teach you the very fundamental concepts which are pretty much required to understand Pega at the beginning of the classes once we start from day 4. Okay, I'll start teaching everything from the basic level. You are just a zero in the technology. No problem. You don't know any technology so far. No problem. You will be able to learn and understand for sure, given you regularly attend the session and practice daily and try to focus on the concept. Okay, now let's start now. So here you go now. This particular Pega is used to develop applications, as I told you, and there is no coding required to write like scripting or programming language or queries. You don't have to do anything. Here in Pega, just drag and drop and selection options. That's how you will develop using applications using Pega. So when you do such things, definitely the application development will take less time compared to the programming language and full stack technologies. If you do develop everything from the scratch, writing the code from the scratch, writing the script, writing the style sheets, and writing JavaScript, and also implementing the programming and implementing the queries, everything you do from the scratch by typing, it will take a lot of time. The same thing when you do by drag and drop, definitely it is going to take less time compared to the normal traditional way of development. That's what using Pega, the application development will be faster because of no coding. Now we are going to come to the actual point. We'll go slowly from here. Okay. See, Pega, when you inquire about Pega, when you start thinking about Pega, you might have heard about Pega BPM. This terminology you might have heard. Pega BPM, simply Pega, Pega BPM, Pega PRPC. This terminology you might have come across, correct? So you'll get a clarification of this terminology. So Pega is said to be a BPM tool. What is that said to be? Pega is said to be a BPM tool. Pega is said to be a BPM tool. So what is meant by BPM? Abbreviation: Business Process Management. Business Process Management tool. See, why Pega is said to be a business process management tool? You know what? First of all, what do you mean by business process management? You know about business. What do you mean by business? Just respond. Whenever I ask a question, you can respond by typing in the chatting window, or you can unmute and respond quickly and go to mute back. What do you mean by business? Anyone give me the definition of a business?
Money transactions involvement there.
If not money, it's not a business or what?
Buying and selling.
Centralized definition. Business means, yes, go ahead.
Buying and selling. Buying and selling.
Buying and selling. Okay, one thing.
Product.
Activities.
Transactions, one thing.
Day-to-day
Products,
activities.
buying and selling. Next.
Day-to-day activities. What we do regular.
Of course.
Giving services.
Okay. Providing service. This is a right definition. Like, so business means providing some service to the people. So what type of service? Of course, it is a commercial service. Okay. So it's a commercial service provided to the customers. The service can be anything. Like suppose you are using telecom service. It is a sales. They are selling you the telecom service, or maybe Amazon product sales. Okay. IRCTC ticket sales. Okay. And transactional provision. Transfer money from one account to another account. Some amount of money you have to pay to the bank. And insurance sales, insurance product sales, and loan sales, loan product sales. It can be anything. These are all called as business. So business, you understand. What do you mean by process? Business, okay. What do you mean by process? Process means? So you told a minute back. Business means, let's understand it as of now as a commercial service. Commercial service. And what do you mean by process? Process defines the transaction model. What do you mean by that? Process means it defines the transaction model. See, you have a business. You want to digitalize your business. Digitalize means what? See, previously we used to go to some electric department, and we used to stand in the queue and pay bills, current bill, something like that. Previously, we used to go to bank, stand in a queue and withdraw money. But now, should you have to go to the bank and then withdraw money? No, you don't even need to go to ATM. So you need money, just you transfer money by using, what is that? Phone Pay, Google Pay and all. So what do you want to ultimately do? You want to utilize money to purchase something or like that. To spend somewhere, use Phone Pay, Google Pay. So previously it used to take like 1 hour time. Now it is taking just 1 minute time. The same thing you are doing within a minute. If you digitalize your application, the processing of the business will be easy. Okay. And the process means which defines the transaction model. For example, I will tell you, look at here. See, I'll take one diagram if available. Okay. No, it's not available. Okay. Process means a transaction that is been defined. That means, for example, you are applying for a loan. You're applying for a loan. So loan should be created, loan account should be created, and it should be processed. Finally, in a happy path, you will get the loan amount credited into your bank account. Correct? So what are the steps involved in the loan? Tell me. Steps. Steps involved in the loan processing. Steps involved in loan processing. What are the steps involved in loan processing? Tell me. Step by step, because this is a in day-to-day life, you know this, right? First one, collect data from customer. Collect data from customer. What is the second step? Review the
Review.
documents and other things. Reviewed. Third step,
Approve.
provide for, send it for approval. Send it for approval. Okay, otherwise verifications. Let's go with some verifications. Some verifications they do know, salary verification, address verification, all that. Let's say simply verification. High level only high level we'll discuss. Verification. And what else next? Send for approval. Approval by manager. Send for approval. So everything looks good. Manager also approved. Send for customer approval. Customer also should approve no finally, because you say 4% of processing fees. I don't want it. I'm not approving to proceed further. I want to withdraw my application. Possibility is there. Customer also approved. Then what you'll get? Get the money. Okay. Transfer the money. So how many steps are involved? So there are multiple steps. Verification will be done by verification team. Approval will be given by manager. Manager is involved. And here customer is involved. And here loan agent is involved. And review part, internal team is involved. Internal team is involved in the review process. Like this, there are multiple steps. There are multiple steps. Your business process. Process means what? Whatever the transactions that you are going to do in your business, that is called as one process. Loan is one process. Insurance is one process. And similarly, there can be n number of different transaction models in your business. Deposit is one process. Withdraw is a different process. Is deposit and withdraw same process? Same process? No, right? This is different process. So in your business application, you define the processes. You define the processes which are going to manage your business. Understand clear, everyone? So Pega is meant for developing applications where business process management is involved. Understand clear? So using Pega, what type of applications you develop? Your business have to be processed. You design such a process in your application. You create one application. You should be able to design a process of your transaction model in your application. And such applications, such design and development can be done by using Pega tool. Pega is going to provide you a business process management applications. That's why Pega is called BPM. Pega is called BPM. This is just a high level information. In detail, I am going to explain now. Are you clear about what I have told now? Every one of you, are you clear about the information that I have given you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. And now coming back to the slides, here you go now. So BPM stands for Business Process Management, which helps in developing the business process management application. Let's discuss in detail about BPM. So I told you one thing, you define your transaction model using a process, right? You know how you will define that in Pega, in BPM or Pega. This way you will design. What is this called as? Flow diagram. You have seen flow charts anywhere. When you go to government offices, banks and all, they will draft something in a flow chart model. Where to start, where to end, what steps have to be taken care. That is what transaction model means. Your transaction model in BPM will be designed as a flow diagram. It will be designed as a flow diagram. And that you also call as process. So in Pega, these are synonyms. Process is equal to flow diagram is equal to flow. You can even call it as flow, or you can even say it as transaction model. Any of this terminology I use, same. The diagram only should come into your mind. Okay. So all these are just synonyms when I am going to tell you this. Now, okay, this is okay, BPM. So for some time, before we get into understanding about Pega, here your Pega will start. Where? Here, somewhere here down. Here your Pega details will start. Before that, I am going to tell you about BPM. For some time, what we understand is BPM as a tool. So this is a Pega tool, right? Just imagine BPM is also a tool. BPM is also a tool meant for application development. BPM is a tool just as a system, as a software product, which is meant for application development. What are the capabilities of BPM? That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you if BPM is available as an application development product, as a tool, what are its capabilities? So first, let's go and discuss as a traditional way. Suppose you are a full stack Java developer or you are a full stack Python developer. So in your project, what are all the tools you are going to use in order to go through your software development lifecycle? Means, so in your real time, if you are working in a project, the first thing is you will get the requirements. Requirements have to be given to the developer. Okay. And then developer has to go through the design and development. Okay. Next is development and unit testing. He will also do what? Unit testing. And then testers will do testing of your application. Testers will do testing of your application, another team. And from one server to another server, the code that you have implemented will be moved by DevOps team. Which team? DevOps team. And so in order to maintain different versions of the product, laptop, okay, generally you see any product, your phone or something, it will have different versions, no? So cars will have different versions, phones will have different, laptop will have, every product will have different versions. Software also, Windows 7, Windows 9, Windows 10, okay, like this Windows operating system has different versions. Every software product will have different versions. To manage and maintain versions, we need a tool. And reporting, you also do what? Reporting. All these phases are like, will be there in a project development. All these phases will be there. For each phase, you need a different tool to be used. Suppose you want to gather requirements. Requirements, when you gather, you have to store the requirements. No? For that, we generally use a tool called Jira. What is the tool name? Jira tool. If you are not able to imagine what is it, no problem. I will show you. I'll show you one diagram. Jira tool. Diagram I will show you. Image. So there is a tool like this, Jira tool. There is a tool like this. This tool is used to draft the requirements. You see here, draft the requirements. There is one separate product called Jira. Requirement and all will be drafted there. First thing is requirement drafting, you need a tool. Okay, if you're working as a full stack developer, Java, Python. And then you will use some IDE to do the development and unit testing. Like you might be using some tools like IDEs like Eclipse IDE or other Microsoft Visual Studio IDE, different IDEs you will be using. So if you want to develop a software, you need some IDE, right? Some environment. Next, testing, you use Selenium tool or Tosca tool, like that you will be using. Not you, testers, correct? And deployment also you will be using Git tool, Jenkins tool, like that. And version management, you'll use a tool. Reporting, you'll use a tool. Here, for all the phases, there are so many tools you are purchasing and using in your application development. The idea here is to complete your project of all phases, you are purchasing so many tools. That is the point. But BPM, coming to BPM as a software product, BPM system, whatever you are using to develop applications, that is a unified platform. That is a unified platform. BPM is going to give you a provision. Within one platform, you have requirement gathering facility, development, unit testing and integration testing, and build and deployment, version management, reporting. Everything, what if I give you in a single tool? You don't have to purchase these many tools, no. These many separate products you don't have to purchase. You want to develop your project, okay, you develop. I will sell you one tool. Using the tool, you can gather requirements, you can do development, you can do unit testing, you can do integration testing, you can do version management, you can do reporting. Everything is there in a single platform. The BPM is a unified platform using which you can implement all the phases of the project, starting from requirement phase to complete development, testing, reporting, version management, everything. Everything you can do. Are you clear BPM as a tool? Every one of you, are you clear? So what are the features of BPM tool? It provides you a transaction model design as a flow diagram. A flow diagrammatical design of transaction model you can do in BPM. Plus, it is a unified platform wherein which it has a provision of giving you all the development phases can be done on single tool without purchasing a separate product. Coming to Pega, you want to see that on the left bottom corner, do you see Agile Workbench? Do you see Agile Workbench?
Yes.
This is requirement gathering place. Okay. This is just for your information. You don't need to bother about navigation. This is requirement bugs gathering place. Okay. Testing, you see scenario testing here. You see, click on this. So this is where you create test cases and you schedule the test cases. It will automatically run. Okay. Developer can do all this without any coding. Okay. And development anyhow using the same tool. Versioning. Versioning can be done by using something called rule set. Here you see numbers will be there. 1, 2, 3 different versions. Versioning. Deployment. DevOps team. DevOps team can do. Use the same thing here. Import, export. These are deployment options. See, single tool contains everything. So BPM as a tool is going to provide you an environment to do your application development, project development, starting from requirement phase to complete reporting phase, everything on the same tool. Reporting also here in the same tool only. Reporting will not be separated. Reporting is also in the same tool, reports. And just for your information, you see, this reporting means you display data like a table format, you display data like a chart format, like that. Reporting, everything is on same tool. That's what a BPM tool capability. Okay. And the next, okay. See, if I say a tool, it's a product, right? Every product will have an architecture. This laptop has an architectural design, yes or no? This building has an architectural design. Everything will have an architectural design. That AC, this TV, everything will have a proper architectural design. In the architectural design, you have so many components connected and working together. Okay, correct? That's what I'm going to explain you now. See, if you take BPM tool as a suit, suit means what? Can anyone of you tell me? What do you mean by suit? Are you clear so far? Every one of you. So what are the points I have told you? BPM application development can be done by using BPM tool. Okay. That BPM tool gives you a facility of designing a transaction model as a flow diagram. And third point is using BPM tool, you can do your project, you can implement your project. All phases can be done on the same platform. Are you clear with these 3 points? Everyone, without the need of coding. Clear? You're talking
Yes,
to
sir.
me?
Sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, a tool will have an architecture. Architecture will have certain components, correct? These components work together. What are the architectural components in BPM suite? The tool I am calling as suite. Suite means, you know, suitcase, right? Suitcase means everything you'll place inside one box. That's what suite means. So BPM tool as a suite, it has these 4 components in its architecture. What are the 4 components of BPM tool or BPM suite? You say anything. Those are business rules. Those are business rules, business rules database, business rules engine, and flow diagram. The 4th one I have already told you. Can you tell me what is the purpose of the flow or process? In a BPM tool, you have flow or process. What is its purpose? Sometime back I told you. What is the purpose of flow or process? What is the purpose?
Start
To
to
define
end.
the transaction.
Transaction.
You can design the transaction model, where it starts, where it ends, what are the steps involved in the transaction. Can be designed by using flow diagram. Clear? Generally, you don't have to draft anything because I will share this document. That's up to you, but no need to draft anything. Next, second one. Okay, let's go ahead in detail about these things. Okay. Now, I'll tell you one example. Just that's what we come across in our real day-to-day life. Just imagine that this one, you take this one. Okay, you take this example, one real life example. We have an agricultural field. Okay, we have an agricultural field where we wanted to do agriculture, means we wanted to do cultivation, right? Okay, and if you want to do cultivation, you need water supply. Water facility is required. You don't have water, it is not possible, correct? Okay, I have an agricultural land available. I want to do cultivation there. Okay, but water facility is not available nearby. It's not very near. It's just a distance away. Let's say it's just half a kilometer away. Okay, I want to drive. Now there is a water storage place. Water storage place, and there is a distance between water storage place and agricultural land. How can I bring the water from water storage place and get into my agricultural land in order to fulfill my business needs? How can I do that? How can I do it?
By using engine.
You do tell, this is a real life example. Yes, please.
By using engine.
By using a motor engine. So in between, what you can do? You can place a motor engine. If you place motor engine and turn on the engine, is it enough, or you need to do any kind of, you need to use? See, I'm very clear, the online students. When you are in the class, if you want to talk to someone else, just disconnect from the class and talk to them. You should not disturb others. Make sure you always be on mute, kindly. Okay. And you need to connect to the pipes. Connect the pipe into storage place. Connect another pipe into agricultural land. Turn on the motor. Engine will run. Drives the water from the water storage place to agricultural land. How this works in real world, the same way your application also works. I'm going to now explain you the architectural components and the connectivity between these architectural components in BPM. BPM, if you take as a system, in the architecture of BPM, you have business rules database, and business rules engine. Flow diagram, anyhow, I have explained you. It is used to design the transaction. So now in a BPM application, in a BPM system, business rules will be there. What is meant by a rule? What is meant by a rule? Just I will tell you simple example for this also. Suppose I am driving by a car on a road. Okay. So when we are driving on road by a car, then you see a red signal. So what do you do once you see a red signal? You're going to stop at zebra crossing, that place. Okay. So after you see a green signal, what you do? You're going to just move forward, correct? So red signal means you are just waiting, stopping. Green signal means you are just moving forward. Okay. What is this signal here? What do you call it? What do you call it? Signal is a traffic rule. It is a traffic rule. Where are you now in a system? You are in a system. When you are in a system, okay, your behavior is, or the system is controlled. System is being controlled by traffic rule. That particular vehicle traffic system, the entire system is getting controlled by traffic rule, correct? In the same way, BPM as a system, it should be controlled. Controlled by what? Business rule. Business rule is an entity in the BPM system which controls the system behavior. How the system should react for a given task will be controlled by business rule. I'll tell you another example. Okay. Let's consider business rule, a financial transaction. Let's consider a financial transaction, business process for credit cards. I'll tell you by an example, the same thing. That is, so let's say we take one example. There is a supermarket. Okay. We went to supermarket and we have a credit card with us. We went to supermarket and the purchase has been done for 10,000 rupees. For 10,000 rupees, you have made a purchase. And now you want to pay the bill by using your credit card. So now the card is being swiped, 10,000 amount to be payable, that has been entered, and click enter. The system says that insufficient funds. Actually, the limit of the card is only 5,000. The limit of the card is only 5,000. The limit of your credit card is just 5,000 rupees, but you're trying to pay 10,000 rupees. What will happen now? The system says transaction declined. limit exceeded or insufficient funds. Now, the same card another person has. Another person has exactly similar card. His credit card limit is 15,000 rupees. That person has tried to pay 10,000 rupees in the same system, using the same system swiping, enter 10,000, and the system has accepted the bill payment and billing has been done. Same system has produced two different behaviors. In first scenario, it has declined. The behavior is decline the transaction. In second scenario, accept and process the transaction. So the same system behavior shows two different behaviors. The behavior now dependent on the limit. Now the behavior is dependent on the limit. Here limit is a business rule which is influencing the behavior of the credit card system. Clear everyone? That's what. It is the general point of view I'm trying to explain you. So business rule is something which influences the behavior of the business process management system. These two are examples. Are you clear with the example, every one of you? Everyone, are you clear with the example?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
Harsha.
You get an idea about the business rule? So like this, there can be a number of rules. There can be a number of different rules. What exactly technically a rule in Pega means, I will tell you later. For now, you need to understand in a real life what is the rule. So BPM system is being controlled by rules. BPM system is being controlled by rules. Understand? Are you able to understand? Are you following? Just nod your head at least. I will come to know. Otherwise, I'll not come to know, right? Okay. So now that's what. So BPM system has business rules which will control the entire behavior of the system. Okay. Now, is the limit written on credit card anywhere? You know about credit cards, right? Is the limit written on credit card 5,000? Is it reading from the card anywhere? No.
No.
Then where does this limit stays? Just think about it. It's a general question, right? It's a general knowledge.
Database.
Okay. It stays in the credit card provider's database. Credit card provider contains one database. Credit card provider contains one storage place. All the credit cards issued will be there. Okay. In the storage place. Like a water storage is like that. Okay. So storage place, all credit card number limits will be there. When you swipe the card, what will happen, you know? When you swipe the card, credit card application is going to communicate with the storage place. It is going to communicate with the storage place and bring the limit from storage place to the application. It drives the limit from the storage place to application, matches it with the amount that you want to pay. And accordingly, it will behave, accept or reject. Correct? Is that going to happen or not? So now, the business rules that are available in a BPM system, they should be stored into some database that you call as business rules database. That business rules storage place, you call it as business rules database. I'm trying to explain you about BPM architecture. In a BPM architecture, you have business rules. Business rules will get stored into a database called business rules database. This is the example. Real life I have given. No, water is there in water storage place. Application is there. Agricultural land is there. In between distance is there. Now, your application is here. Your application is here, and database is somewhere away from the application. Yes or no? Now we need to drive the rule from database to application. Yes or no? You need to drive the water from water storage place to agricultural land. In the same way, business rules storage place is there and application is there. You have to drive the rules from business rules database to till application. So when in case of agricultural land and water storage, what are you using in between? What are you using in between? You are using in between an engine, that is a hardware, correct? But here it is software, right? So now in between, you are definitely going to use an engine. So to drive business rules from storage place to the application to achieve the goal, you need in between an engine. Here engine is a software program. Engine is a software program. That software program is called as business rules engine, BRE. Yesterday someone was asking the same. Okay, BRE. BRE stands for business rules engine. What is the work of business rules engine? Business rules engine will run. It will drive the business rules from business rules database to the application to achieve the required business goals. Credit card example and agricultural land example. Both are same. Sir, same or not? Okay, clear everyone? Are you following every one of you? So now everyone clear? Business rules engine.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now BPM as a product, you can develop the applications for business process management. You can develop applications for business process management, in which you can design your transaction model using a flow chart, and like a flow diagram model. And what is the next point? BPM system will be controlled by business rules. And business rules storage place is business rules database. And business rules will be driven from business rules database to the BPM application by using business rules engine. These are the 5 points we discussed. So in the architecture of BPM, you have 4 things in the architecture. BPM as a product used to develop business process management applications and process business rules database, business rules engine. These 4 components will be there in the architecture. All will work together. Good. Now, if you are going to design any product, if you're going to develop any product which contains this same architecture. So now BPM as a plan, blueprint. I'll tell you one example. You want to construct a house. Are you going to directly construct the house? Before you construct the house, what would you be doing? You are going to take a paper, draw the plan of the house. From this plan, can I bring into the reality? The plan, making it as a reality, 100 houses. Can I construct or not? Using same plan as well. So whatever the architecture I told you about BPM, business process management architecture as a tool. If you imagine BPM process development as a tool, the tool architecture, whatever I told so far, is a plan. Can I take that plan, use some technology and develop a tool? Yes or no? Can I take such a plan? Can I adopt such a plan, use some technologies together and develop a tool for business process management? Can I do that or not? Can we do that? We can do it. This has been done by many companies, not only one company, out of which one of the companies is Pega Systems. What is the company name? Pega Systems is the company which has adopted BPM model and designed a tool, designed a tool. Instead of saying designed, designed and developed a tool. What is the tool name? PRPC. What is the tool name? PRPC stands for Pega Rules Process Commander. So why do you call Pega Rules Process Commander as a BPM tool? Because Pega Rules Process Commander tool that is developed by Pega Systems is meant for business process management. It exactly has the same architecture as I told you for BPM architecture. Whatever the BPM architecture I have explained you, that architecture is there with PRPC tool. That architecture is there with PRPC tool. That's why Pega is called Pega tool. Pega tool means PRPC tool. PRPC tool is built based on BPM architecture. That's why it is called as BPM tool. Are you able to follow everyone? I am not using any technical terminology. Every one of you are able to follow, respond on the charting window, say yes.
Yes,
Some
sir.
doubt, you post it. Everyone.
Yes, Harsha.
Okay, thank you for confirmation. This is how your regular sessions also, I'll teach you by real-time examples on, like agricultural land or whatever I have taken. Similarly, I'll take some examples and teach you in the regular classes. Now, see, is Pega only BPM tool in the market? No. Pega is there, Appian is there, Cordis is there, Blaze, Activity, so many BPM tools are there. Why all these are called as BPM tools? Because all are being constructed using this BPM model only. BPM model only. All have same workflow architecture will be there, rules will be there, like business rules database will be there, business rules engine will be there. All will be there. Now, so if Pega tool, That is what you call as real name is PRPC. Okay. PRPC tool is been constructed based on the BPM model. It should have the same 4 components in its architecture, sir. So it has the same 4 components in its architecture, but the naming convention will be different. Okay, what is that? In Pega tool, PRPC tool, whatever you call in a traditional BPM, that is same. Process is process. We call here Pega also process. There in BPM model also we are calling it as process. Good. In BPM model you called business rules, right? But coming to Pega, the naming convention is Pega rules. So business rules is equal to Pega rules in Pega. Business rules is a terminology of core BPM terminology, right? And Pega rules is a terminology used in Pega tool. Okay. So Pega rules, and here business rules database, we call it as rule base. What do you call it as? Rule base. See, Pega rules get stored into rule base. I told you now, business rules get stored into business rules database. In the same way, Pega rules get stored into rule base. Understand clear, everyone? Next, business rules will be driven from business rules database to BPM environment by using business rules engine. That's what I told you. Clear? Same manner, Pega rules will be driven from rule base to Pega rules process commander environment, this environment, by using an engine called as process commander. See, the name of PRPC they did not give simply. So everything has a proper meaning based on the architecture. The name is evolved. Understand? Pega rules process commander. PRPC. That is the name of the tool, right? In the tool name, if you divide PRPC into 2 parts, PR and PC. PR stands for Pega rules, stores into rule base. PC stands for process commander, which will drive the Pega rules from rule base to environment. Make sense? PRPC, you understand now? Every one of you understand PRPC means? Everyone. You should have this clear-cut understanding. Okay. So that's the meaning of the name. Why you are calling Pega? In short, you all are calling it as Pega. In a shortcut, you all are calling it as Pega. Pega you say or PRPC you say, both are same. Pega BPM you say same because it is developed. PRPC tool is developed using BPM model. That's why you are calling it as Pega BPM. If you are using terminology of Pega tool, Pega BPM tool, PRPC tool, all are same only. Okay, makes sense. Now let's proceed further. So far you are clear, right? Every one of you. Let's proceed further. So what is Pega rules process commander and what are its capabilities? So Pega rules process commander, as you know, it is used to develop BPM applications, correct? It's not only BPM applications. Using Pega has its CRM model as well. CRM means, you know, Salesforce. Salesforce is a leader in the market of CRM, right? Pega also has CRM. But you know what? Pega is a leader in the BPM world. It is actually like a version in the BPM world. It's a leader. But in CRM, it's not up to its competitors. Who is a leader in CRM? Salesforce is a leader in CRM. So, but Pega BPM leader is Pega systems. And decision management, case management, I'll tell you while we are going to work on our practicals. Now, Pega rules process commander provides, it's a process that focuses on, the main aim of Pega rules process commander tool is automating the work and powerful automation of the programming. So this tool, Pega rules process commander tool, gives you a facility of automating the work and automation of program. PRPC gives you abilities of, first one, automation of work, and second one is what? Automation of program. So can any one of you tell me what do you mean by automation? First, that word we'll discuss. Automation means what? You need to be quick. These are not too technical terminology. This is like a real life day-to-day terminology. Okay. Automatic, you did not hear automatic. Automobile, you did not hear. Then why are you thinking?
Without, without involvement of human
Without
efforts.
manual
Because the-
intervention. You know automobile, right? You don't have to drive it by pushing. Okay. Just it will be driven by itself by a automatic engine. Okay. So automobile engine will be there. Engine will be just moving the vehicle, right? So you don't need to manually push, or you don't need any bull cart, something like that. Now, work automation. What is meant by automating the work? Automation, you know, automation means without manual intervention. Work automation means what? Work will be done without any manual intervention. Okay, I'll tell you one simple example. See, this might be the case, like you might have a bank account. You may have a bank account. From your bank, you receive one SMS, maybe every Saturday. Every Saturday morning, 7 o'clock, you might be receiving one SMS from your bank. Dear customer, so and so is your bank account balance. You might be receiving an SMS like this from your bank. Is there anyone going to sit at the bank and send you SMS?
No.
See, for sending SMS, we need a program to be written, software program to be written. Is there anyone going to sit and execute the program? Is there anyone going to do that?
No.
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 Actually, this is a repeated task. Every Saturday, I have to send an SMS to customers. Sending SMS is a software program which will be scheduled. Work will be done automatically by scheduling the programs. Means you will write a program and you give a schedule time, like every Saturday 7 a.m. If you mention like that, 7 a.m. every Saturday, automatically program will run. It will pull the phone numbers of the active customers and sends an SMS with their balance amount. Okay. There is no manual intervention required. So automatically program will be executed. So program gets executed automatically at a scheduled time by scheduler. By what? Scheduler. So scheduler means that scheduler is again another program, a program to run another program automatically. Okay. So this is what we call in Pega technically as agents, job scheduler, queue processor. These things will practically work on. There is no need to write any coding and all, nothing. So Pega provides a facility of automating the tasks. That feature is there in Pega. This is not so powerful feature of Pega. The powerful feature of Pega is automation of program. You told me about automation of work. Work will be automatically done without any manual intervention. Then what do you mean by automation of program? Any one of you tell me?
Without writing any code.
Yeah. Programs gets generated internally. Programs gets generated automatically without manually writing. These gets generated when we do drag and drop or select from drop downs. In Pega, you do drag and drop or you select from drop down options, right? When you do such things, internally Pega will generate the coding. We don't need to bother about, or we don't need to see. We cannot see even. We cannot even see that. So like that, programs will be automated in Pega. The powerful feature of PRPC is no coding. Automation of program means what? No manual coding. That's what automation of program means. Every one of you clear? That is a powerful feature of PRPC. I told you about this. So this is about Pega. So whenever you are going to use Pega software is built based on BPM model and BPM architecture. It has Pega rules, rule base which stores Pega rules, a process commander which drives the Pega rules from rule base when you make transactions. And the transaction model can be designed by process or flow diagram. And this is built based on BPM architecture. Clear, everyone? And no coding is required when you are working on Pega. Automation of program is available. Automation of work is also available. Clear? Makes sense? These are the very few points I have told you. For that only I have taken 1 hour almost. Next, I'll share you this PPT, no worries. So in the architecture of PRPC, there are other things also, which I will explain you when we go with our practicals. So only I have told you 4 components in the architecture as of now. What are those? Process, Pega rules, rule-based, process commander. So BPM terminology is different, PRPC terminology is different, but meaningfully both are same. Clear, makes sense? So if you are going to learn Pega and if you're going to use Pega tool, then you are not required to write any coding. You do everything by drag and drop and all and choose the options from the drop downs. And ultimately, you design your transaction model like a flow chart, flow diagram. Here you go, you add a flow shape and you connect it accordingly. And then connect it accordingly. And even simple approach is there. You don't have to manually create. Automatically flows will be created. That also I'll show you. So you select something here from the drop down. So internally Pega will generate whatever the code you need and all, you'll be doing this. Okay. You don't have to worry about what I am doing here, but something you just do by drag and drops and selections from the options. Make sense? Clear? Every one of you, are you clear about the session? Our main goal of today's session is understanding the architecture of Pega and realizing that Pega architecture is BPM architecture. That's why it is called BPM tool, and what architectural components are available. That is what our main goal today that we have achieved. Okay. So are you clear? Technically, I did not tell you anything inside Pega tool. That I will tell you starting from tomorrow. So starting from tomorrow, what are we going to do? So we are going to start looking into the tool, Pega tool, this tool. Where do we start? Kickstart, application creation and all. And first 15 minutes, I am going to tell you about Pega software installation information. Because I have a video, right? I have shared you one video about software installation instructions. And we have shared you one link to download the software. Correct? So if you blindly follow it, you will be able to do the installation. Okay, but still I'll give you some information about the same thing. After you install software, how to log into Pega and how to start the Pega server and all I will tell you. Okay, what is getting installed when you install Pega? Some information I'll give you related to that. Don't miss the tomorrow's session at any cost. That will be our first session where we are going to look into Pega tool. Make sense? Clear? So continue your sessions like this regularly. Okay, don't give a break at all. Giving a break, you will not be able to understand. BPM. So many of you are asking me when you have inquired, sir, Pega, BPM, Pega PRPC, what are all this? Now you got clear idea. And one more point I'll tell you. What is the reason behind choosing the name of the company as Pega Systems, and what is this Pega word? Pega. Word Pega is there, P-E-G-A. What is the reason behind this name? Let me explain you that, just taking 2 minutes time. So now we have to know about some person called as Alan Trefler. Alan Trefler. Okay. Alan Trefler is the CEO of Pega Systems Company. Pega Systems Company CEO is Alan Trefler. And look at this particular image. Okay. He is playing chess. Okay. Closely observing playing chess. Just Google it. The list of world chess champions in the history. During 1975, the world chess champion was Alan Trefler. So being a software company owner, at the same time, he was world chess champion, right? So how can you become a world chess champion? It's just like that. Simply you have interest, you will become, or you should have a lot of passion. You should have a lot of passion towards it, and then you become world chess champion. Maybe at the age of 25, 23, like that, he was a world chess champion. That time, 1975, you can go to the history and you'll see that. Later, he started his company. Whatever the money he has got as a prize money, something, he started his own company with an idea of developing a software product using which we can develop applications without the need of coding. That's what his idea. He brought his idea into reality by giving a tool called Pega PRPC tool. Now he wanted to name his company a unique name. The name of his company, see, Pega Systems logo. What's the logo of Pega Systems? So it is a horse with wings. Horse with wings. Is there any such similar thing? Of course, wings are not there, but horse is there in chess. Call it as a knight, right? So horse is there. When you look at the logo of his company, it should reflect his passion always. That's why he has chosen horse, knight, equivalent to knight. Okay, good. Then what about wings? Magical. Application development here is magical without the need of writing code. The wings reflects the magical development automation of program. Understand? Then why this horse with wings? You know what?
This Pegasus.
You take this Pegasus. You might have seen this in movies. Pegasus means it's a horse with wings. Of course, it does, right? Okay. So it will give you whatever you want, something like that. Okay. Now, so out of this Pegasus, okay, he has removed these 3 letters. What is remaining? Pega. That's the name of his company. Pegasus logo. It reflects his passion all the time when you look at the logo of his company. That's the reason behind choosing the name Pega for his company. That's it. Simple. Make sense? Clear? So horse, why horse? Because that is chess, one thing in chess, like knight in chess. And that is again, he was world chess champion. Always it reflects his passion when you look at the logo of his company. Make sense? Clear, every one of you? So you understand why the name, reason behind the name Pega. There is no abbreviation, nothing. Okay, I'm done. I'm done from my end. We have 5 more minutes. If you have anything to ask me, any doubts or any questions, you can ask. Up to this, it is good to ask. Okay. So I hope everything is clear to you, right? Okay. Just go ahead with your doubts if you have anything.
Hi, Harsha. I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
Yesterday, you told like it is not possible to work in Mac. That we cannot
You cannot install Pega software in Mac. You cannot.
Yeah. So I want to know. So do you really think that this is one of the disadvantage of Pega, because most of the outside India users are using Mac system? Then how
I did not say that. I did not say that you cannot access Pega applications on the Mac. I said you cannot install Pega software on Mac. So you open your browser and give the URL, which is going to hit the Pega server and give you the Pega application. You can very well access. Okay. I said you cannot install the Pega software on Mac operating system. Actually, you can install for your information, but the latest Mac is not supporting that. So you cannot install for now, right? See, in real world enterprise applications, Pega will be installed 99% on Linux servers. What servers? Linux servers, sometime AWS and Windows servers. AWS will be used, Windows servers like that they'll use. But they won't use Mac operating systems in real time for enterprise. So application will be there in enterprise. You can access from Safari browser, Mac operating, anywhere you can access any browser. No issues. I said you cannot install PRPC in the Mac operating system. Okay, clear? So in real time, 100 out of 100%, I think almost everyone is going to use Linux operating system to install Pega. But you can access from your Windows. See, Google, you're accessing Google from my Windows Chrome browser, right? But where is Google installed? Is it installed on Windows operating system? Maybe they would have installed Google product in the Linux operating system. Okay, but I'm not much concerned as an end user in which operating system you have installed. My concern is whether I'm able to access from my browser or not. If you're not able to, if you're not giving the support to the browser, then that's a concern. Okay, because many people in USA, they use Safari browser. Many people in India, they're using Chrome browser. If you're not giving a facility to access from Safari browser, that will be a problem. So I said you cannot install in the OS, Mac operating system. Okay, clear?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
That's the clarity. So personal edition, and you are going to work on community edition. 2 editions you're going to work on. So 8.7 version you're going to work on personal edition, which is exactly same as the enterprise. No difference, nothing. And community edition is the latest software version. So that after some time, latest version after. First we'll go with, see, if you are going to join a project today in any project, if you're going to join in Pega, 95% you are going to work on the version that I'm going to teach you. 5% only latest version. But you have to be ahead in the market. That's why I'm going to teach you latest version in detail, in depth. Okay, that will be taken after some time. So we have 1 more minute to continue.
Harsha, this is Prakash. Like in the real time, regarding the designing part, like step 1, step 2, will the business will be providing, or as a developer we need to create ourselves?
Business doesn't know anything about how to implement. They know about giving you a requirement and drafting a requirement. Step 1, this is requirement. Step 2, this is requirement. Step 1, how to implement, they don't know. That is a high level document they'll provide. Maybe your tech lead can draft the complete development and may give you. Okay. So create this rule, create that rule, create here, create there, something like that. Maybe not in all projects, but as a developer, you'll come to know how to create, where to create and all. That is easy. I'll be giving you that information also. Okay,
so as a fresher, Harsha, like the next question is, as a fresher, can we able to make up by the end of the session how we can create the
yes,
these
of
steps
course.
of the designing, Harsha?
See, if after this course, you will be able to develop the projects without taking anyone else's help. If you regularly practice, you will be performing equivalent to 5 to 6 years, guys. That is for sure if you regularly follow. See, our training will be in a connected manner. It's not like today's topic is one example, tomorrow's topic a different example. Both are not connected. It's not like that. Today, whatever you learn, tomorrow, whatever you're going to do, tomorrow's one will be connected to the today's one. That's how you're going to learn it. From day one, we'll start developing the project from the scratch and add more like that. Okay. Like you have a train, first engine, connect one compartment, second compartment, third compartment, and finally you make it as a train. Finally, you make it as a train which is going to run. Like that, your project step by step will be developed. Step by step, your project will be developed. Understand clear? Every one of you clear? So day one onwards, project only will start. I will not teach disconnected manner. I'll teach everything in a connected manner, increasing like that. So that's the reason why I am requesting every one of you, do not miss to attend the sessions. Be regular to the sessions. Regularity and consistency, you will be successful. There's no doubt about it. And practice. Regularity, consistency, practice. Done. You will be in the job for sure. Okay. So if you're attending today, again tomorrow absent, day after tomorrow, again day after tomorrow absent, you come back after some time. No use. Okay. Regularly attend the sessions, regularly practice, and be consistent in your practice. Allocate some time and do it. You'll be able to achieve it for sure. Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow. We're going to wind up for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you for joining, everyone. So tomorrow also same meeting link. Don't miss the session at all. Tomorrow we're going to get into Pega PRPC 2. Okay. Fine. So I'm going to stop screen sharing and close the meeting. Thank you for joining, everyone. This video will be shared. This document and PPT will be shared to all of you on your WhatsApp. Okay. For now, WhatsApp only. After a few days, after 3-4 days, I will share you in Google Drive, email Google Drive. Okay. For now, just please bear with WhatsApp.